Hello YouTube, here we are once again. This time I'm bringing you some Modern Warfare Games of Summer gun course guides. Now I want to show you guys how to get gold. I'm first going to show you the raw gameplay without my commentary, and then I'll expand upon what I'm doing and how it works right after the first round.
Let's go. Nice shot. You owned that one, lad. That's what we like to see.
So now that you know what's possible, let me show you what I'm doing and explain what I'm doing. I will slow down the video about 4 times and talk you through the process of what I'm thinking and how I'm looking at everything. Now in the beginning here, there are 5 targets. You usually want to go for the one on the right first so that you have enough time for the 2 middle ones to line up. You shoot those 2, then you go to the left side, then the right side as you keep your momentum going. That is the most important thing, keep your momentum going. Then I go off to the right to line up these 2 targets that pop up. Then the next target is the one above the rest, then all the way to the right. If you're quick, then you either wait for these 2 to line up or you shoot them individually if you're too quick, like I did here. Now you full sprint forward. There's going to be 1 target to the right that pops up here. You sometimes will pre-fire it, 1 shot, that's all it takes. Then there's going to be a civilian that pops up to the left of this one that I just shot. Then there's one immediately to the right. You just want to hit fire that one if you can. Keep running the momentum going, wait for them to line up, then shoot them. Then this next room I like to hit fire the whole time. 1, 2, 3, 4 enemies in this one, ignoring the civilian. Then I like to full sprint and pre-aim, shoot, 1 below the stair set to the right. This is where it gets a little bit harder. And I wait, after I get that one, then I wait for these 2 in the middle to line up there as I'm moving forward the whole time, right? And then after I hit those 2 at once, I wait for the rear one and this one to line up. And I'm sprinting towards them the whole time while that's happening. Now here is when I switch it over to the Renetti. And I usually get a collat on the left side, here the wall. Then these, I just shoot them as quickly as possible. You can wait for the right and rear one to line up to shoot them, but sometimes you're too quick, so you need to just shoot them. In this case, I also don't wait for them to line up. These 2 would be possible to line up, but I do not do that. I sprint forward the whole time. I just keep the momentum going. Now I do wait for these 2 to line up here. Then all you have left is the left side. Now I jump as to not lose momentum, and in the air I hit fire them. And that is how you get a 25.7. Now this is pretty consistent the whole time. As you saw in the first run through of it, I got a 25.6. So that was actually my best run. This is my second best run. And as you saw, I didn't do everything exactly the same. As long as you keep the concepts of, if you have to wait, just shoot them. Don't wait for them to line up sometimes, unless it's, it's such a tiny amount of time that you're actually going to save time by not having to flick your mouse, or if you're on controller, flick your stick to the other side. So as a general rule of thumb, if you have to wait too long, which you would have to get a feel for, then you usually just want to shoot them. Aim at them and shoot them individually. Now in the background, I'm going to have some gameplay, as you're seeing right now, some full speed gameplay going of my subpar runs that were still pretty good. They got their gold medal, but they weren't anything too crazy. I really want to show you guys the best, and that would be the first 2 runs. So if that's all you're here for, then here we go. You can sign off now. But if you want to hear a little bit more about the guns and my reasoning as to why I select these weapons, here we go. So at the beginning, you get a choice of 6 weapons. I personally like to go for the Renetti as your secondary and the UMP as your primary. That's because the UMP, with the attachments that it has a really good aim down sight time. That's exactly what you need. The UMP also has 25 bullets, which is enough to take you all the way up until the end, right before you crash through the doors. Now, as your secondary, because you don't want to be reloading, as we learned in Modern Warfare 2 for things like this, you don't want to be reloading, so as your secondary, you want to have something quick, a little pistol or something. It has some really good aim down sight times, the Renetti, and it has 15 bullets, so that's more than enough to get you through. Also, as a bonus, the hipfire spread is not too big. which is important when you're jumping and getting your hip fire kills at the end so that you don't lose your momentum. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Hit the like button if you did. I'll be doing more guides like this for Games of Summer Golden Medal needs. Have a good afternoon. Owl out.